Good morning. It's Bhikkhuni Vimala from Blue Lotus Temple, coming to meditate with you this morning again from my apartment in Crystal Lake, not far from Woodstock. And it's Tuesday, it's April the 14th, and we're still all at home, hopefully. We're still all practicing appropriate social distancing and doing as little as we can outside. Those of you who are working, we're always thinking about you. I had a routine doctor visit that I had to go in person for yesterday, and I realized there were so many people that I saw along the way, just checking people in. Very few people there, but the people there were working and just as friendly as they always are, and it was so good to be able to tell people, thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for what you're doing for the rest of us and taking care of all of us. Whatever jobs people have, they are our heroes, and that's not just our medical professionals, but people who are cleaning and people who are delivering and people who are keeping things going and people cooking in restaurants, and they're keeping businesses alive, but it's also they're putting themselves in harm's way. And I have to feel so grateful. I hope everyone else does too, for the people. If you're one of those persons keeping things going, gratitude for you is overflowing, and I'm sure you don't hear that often enough, because if people are concerned about themselves, it's harder to look beyond. But you are so appreciated and you are so valuable, and maybe someday our society will get it right and we'll get things switched over for being kind of topsy-turvy in this country. So let's sit together. I wanted to mention this period is a time for us all to look at the things that we're attached to. The only way we can completely get rid of fear is to let go of our attachments. Those attachments are sometimes to things like, not wanting to let go of people we love, or not wanting to let go of comforts that we have, or things that we enjoy a lot. It's hard to think of letting them go. We also get attached to things like the way our culture is, the way we're used to things being. And sometimes, whether that's good or bad, we become attached to just the way things are. And so those are some of the things that we want, that we stay attached to. And then there are a lot of negative things that are essentially things like our anger, our strong emotions, a lot of things we passionately don't like and have aversion to. Those are attachments too. Those things that we push away from can become attachments. They give us our reason to live, or they keep our fires burning, and we don't want to give up that fire. So I think it's important, if we really want to deal with our fear, we have to look at the things that we've become attached to, good and bad, and start this opening up to letting those things go. Just gradually opening ourselves up to letting go of hanging on to things. Good things and bad things we can hang on to equally. And we can see that those things, those attachments, those things we cling to aren't helpful. They aren't giving us true happiness. They may give us ownership or possession, or the feeling that we can keep things the same. Or they may make us feel like we're thinking the right way about something, or we see something clearly. But in fact, anything we hang on too tight to is creating suffering for us. So this is a good time when we're probably watching more news. A lot of the news that we choose to watch can be the things that keep us riled up, keep us angry, and we have to make tough choices sometimes to get good information and to stay informed, but not through the venue of something that gets us is more upset than it helps us be calm. So just choose what you're doing every day carefully. It may seem like you have too many hours in the day, or you may be busy working, but whatever we're doing, we're awake a big part of the day, so we can stay awake. We can stay aware and mindful of what's going on. So pay attention to what's going on and what choices you're making. So that's my little sermon for today. That's it. So let's sit together. So I know you'll notice that I'm not playing any background music, and I think I love all the beautiful music that we can hear for a lot of things, and beautiful background music for yoga classes or Tai Chi classes. But when we meditate, unless it's just simply because we want to fall asleep, and then there's nice soothing places for that as well. But it's better not to have music. The fewer distractions we have, the fewer things we have that our mind can just get caught up in, even when they're pleasurable and nice and soothing, it's keeping us from being completely aware of what's going on with us. And when we meditate, that's what we want to be doing. We want to be mindful of what's going on in our body. So that's why there's no music. So if you just turn this on and you see me sitting here with my eyes closed, we're all doing something. All of us are doing something, but we're just not doing it to music. Okay. So now close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that. Otherwise, you can keep your eyes open and just keep them focused a little downward, as if you're looking down about 5 feet in front of you. But if you're comfortable closing your eyes, do that. Let your hands rest in your lap. You can have palms up or palms down. This is if you're seated. If you're on your back, you can have your palms either across your belly, or you can just have them at your side. And if your nose isn't stopped up, try to breathe in and out through your nostrils. And I've been suggesting that we take breaths that are a little deeper than our typical non-virus days. Just because with the stress and the anxiety that some of us are under, we may be really needing to work more with our breath and just deepening our breath. That may be exactly what we're looking for. So as we sit together, just breathe in, down to your belly. Feel it as your belly rises and falls. And then exhale. We can begin with 2 or 3 deep breaths in and out, and then let your breathing settle a little bit, but you might want to keep it a little bit deeper than how you feel you're breathing the rest of the day. Getting in touch with our breathing and being still helps us become more grounded and centered. So this breathing is bringing us to the present moment. You can stay with us as long as you can. If you have to get up and leave in a few minutes, that's okay. But if you can stay with us for 30 minutes, and I'll be the one watching the time. You don't have to worry about that. Today, let's begin with a short loving kindness practice. Begin by thinking about yourself. Be aware of how you're feeling. Send good wishes to yourself. Send blessings to yourself. This is where everything starts, within us. And then as we develop these skillful qualities and these wholesome qualities, we let them radiate out to others. And we work on it while we're developing them. We also begin to learn to develop the quality of sending these blessings out, these good thoughts out to others, these good actions. So think of some phrases that you need to hear. You can create your own, but I'll use just some of the more traditional ones. May I be well. May I feel safe. May I be content. May I be in peace. So think of the comforting things that you want to send to yourself. What kind of wishes do you have for yourself right in this moment? May I be free from worry, from anxiety, from fear. Now, excuse me. Now extend these same thoughts out to the people, and I'm sure for many of you, our people include our four-legged people. So to the people closest to you, the animals closest to you. These can be your family members, your extended family of good friends and noble friends. May all my loved ones be well. May they feel safe. May they be content. May they be able to take care of themselves. And may they be in peace. See the faces of your loved ones. They may be right in your household right now, or they may be far away from you, But these are the people who are always there in some way. You feel your connection to them. We're not trying to fix anyone or change anyone. We're simply sending them our best wishes. And these are our blessings. We often call these blessings. Now move out a little further and think of a group or a community you belong to, where you may know some of the people in that community well. Others may be strangers. Some may be people you don't like. Any of the communities that we feel attached to, whether they're online communities or they might be formerly actual physical communities, but now that we're all being good citizens and staying indoors, they've become virtual communities as well. But think of one particular community. You can do one every time you practice. And think of the entire community, not just the people you're particularly close to, because most of our communities include all different kinds of people. Some are really strangers to us. Some are acquaintances. Some may be difficult people. And others are people that we have strong connections with, who we enjoy seeing every time we're with them in a group. But now we want to send out this kindness, this friendliness, these good wishes to everyone in this group, regardless of our personal relationship with them. We want everyone in this particular community we're involved in to be well, to feel safe, to be content, to be able to care for themselves during this stressful time, and to be filled with peace. We can't exclude anyone. It's not the nature of sending out these qualities. This quality of loving kindness, loving friendliness, goodwill. Just goes out to infinity. When we really develop this quality, we're not trying to limit it in any way. Now just move out. Imagine yourself radiating this quality of goodwill out and out and out to all beings, human and non-human. People in this country, living beings, animals, creatures, beings we may not even be aware of. Sending out goodwill, sending out our wishes that they have safety, that they're able to care for themselves, that they have the food they need, the water they need, the shelter that they need, that there are loved ones able to take care of those who are sick and unable to care for themselves. May all living beings be free from fear and worry and anxiety. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. And may all beings, human and non-human, beings being born and beings dying, may they all live in peace. May they all go in peace. Now just come back to your breath. Be aware of each inhale and each exhale. Just let your thoughts come and go. Don't be attached to your thoughts. They aren't who we are. So watch them arise, but then watch them stay for just a short time, and then they'll dissipate if we don't feed them with our attention. May peace be with you. May you be well. May you be happy and content. May you live in peace today. Thank you. Bye-bye.